Here in the Bay Area, a San Francisco department head is defying a new city ordinance. As Joe Vasquez explains, it involves the handling of juvenile illegal immigrants accused of felonies. Joe?
Ken, the mayor's been saying for months he wants this new ordinance ignored, but ultimately it's up to the juvenile probation chief to make that decision, and he hasn't said anything about it until now. The policy will continue. In his first public statement on the matter, San Francisco's juvenile probation chief says he is rejecting the new sanctuary ordinance scheduled to go into effect today. The ordinance says the city should delay notifying federal immigration authorities about illegal immigrant juveniles accused of felonies, that authorities should wait until those juvenile offenders are convicted. But William P. Sifferman, the chief probation officer, says in a statement emailed to CBS 5, he will not wait. He will continue the policy of referring them to ICE as soon as they are arrested. Quote, in light of the current restrictions of federal law, and in particular the position taken by federal law enforcement authorities, the department has concluded it cannot modify its policies and practices, end quote.
They are losing the trust of the community, and the longer they continue to be in violation of local law, the more they lose their credibility.
Supervisor David Campos says he's upset the ordinance is not being followed and has now called for hearings next month to find out why.
Oh, he clearly is breaking the law. And you know, he took an oath when he became chief of probation. And the state Supreme Court has said when an official takes an oath to abide by the laws of the state of California, he or she takes an oath to do so not based on his own interpretation of the law, but based on the court's interpretation of the law.
Is the head of the probation department complying with federal law as the city attorney has stated it? Yes. Is he complying with federal law as Campos would like it to be? No.
Melissa Griffin, legal analyst and Examiner columnist, says the probation chief is in a tough spot because the feds are already investigating his agency for the previous policy of shielding and transporting juvenile offenders.
Given that, there's no surprise that the chief of the department doesn't want to put his people in further harm's way. He certainly wants to be conservative about how he's going to construe federal law to make really certain that his guys aren't put in any more criminal danger.
So for now, when they're arrested on these streets of San Francisco, they will be handed immediately over to the feds. Griffin says that this could get tied up in the courts for years. Meanwhile, Ken, Campos is talking about withholding budget money from the juvenile probation department until they comply with the new ordinance. So this battle's not over.
Regular politics in San Francisco, I guess.
Yep.
Joe Vasquez in the city. Thank you, Joe.